Well, is he your favorite? I don't know.
Drawn out.
We'll call to order
40 minutes.
the regular November 19th, 2012 meeting of the Robertson County Commission. I'm going to recognize Commissioner Garner for invocation, be followed by the pledge to the flag. Please stand.
Please pray with me. Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to be gathered here this evening. Being mindful of this season with the past elections and what we have to look forward to later this week, let us be thankful for where we are as a nation. Let us be thankful for what freedoms what we do have. Please be with our leaders, whether they be us here as local leaders, city leaders, state leaders, leaders of our nation. Please be with them. Help us to keep them in our prayers. Please keep us safe as we travel. Please help us to count our blessings this holiday season and bring us back to do your work here in Robertson County. In your name I pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioners, if you'll press yes and confirm, you will be recorded into the system. Chair has been advised that there have been some technical issues with watching the live stream of the commission meeting, so we'll ask that you not do that this evening. So you'll just have to wait until you get home to watch it if you can. So if you can hold out that long. So anyway, we'll go on from that point. Let's see, there are 22 present, have 3 absent, 21 present, 3 absent. I declare that we do have a quorum. You have the minutes from the previous meeting, the meeting of October. What's your pleasure? Have a motion by DeOrio and a second by Doris. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no, so they are approved. Very briefly, a couple of things under communications. Comptroller's Office, in the spirit of transparency, has asked basically you be reminded of resolutions that you adopted. Of course, last month you had a resolution that you adopted in regard to finance. So I've received a letter dated October 30 from the Comptroller of the Treasury's Office of State and Local Finance stating that the letter acknowledges receipt of a request for approval to issue a tax and revenue anticipation note for the general fund in the amount of $1,600,000. The letter also constitutes approval by the Office of State and Local Finance for the issuance of the following transaction: $1.6 million general fund interfund tax and revenue anticipation note. Approval is conditioned upon agreement with the following 6 terms by the County Board of Commissioners. The first agreement states a copy of this letter shall be provided to all members of the County Commission, be presented at the next meeting of the County Commission, and be entered into the minutes. The other 5 agreements state as follows. Number 1, compliance with TCA Title 9, Chapter 21 law, and shall provide the state verifiable documentation for compliance for FY 2013. Number 2, use tax and revenue anticipation note form that complies with state requirement as its loan document. Number 3, report execution and in the amount within 45 days on Form CT 0253 to the state. And 4, maintenance of a balanced budget with no cash deficits and have sufficient revenue to pay operating and debt service costs during FY 2013. And 5, repayment of the amount shall be no later than June 30, 2013. The Finance Director has agreed to meet these 5 agreements. We have an airport, Springfield-Robertson County Airport, that we are justly proud of, and the airport recently produced a short video talking about some of the things that's going on at the airport, and this little presentation will last about 5 minutes, so if you don't mind, have a look.
seen nothing yet.
Yeah, bear with us just a moment.
Say it again.
We'll work on that. Sorry about that. We'll work on that and see if time permits to play it now. If not, we'll shoot toward the December meeting. I want to thank those of you who came out this morning for our tree planting on the courthouse grounds. We planted a tree in memory of Judge Jim Walton, in memory of former County Executive Emerson Meigs, and there was a good turnout for that. Appreciate WSGI being there to record the proceedings. Last Saturday, of course, we had Christmas on the Square in downtown Springfield and a big turnout for the parade. As many of you know, the Adams Parade comes up this Saturday at 2 o'clock, and they always have a good crowd for that. Christmas Parade in Cross Plains and White House on December 1st, and then in Orlando on December the 9th. And of course, this Thursday is Thanksgiving, and I think that any of you who have ever participated in what goes on at the Master's Table on Thanksgiving Day will know how rewarding it is to be able to take turkey dinners to many people who would not have one otherwise. So if you're interested in volunteering for a couple of hours on Thursday, if you'll call the Master's Table, they can certainly find a place of service for you. Under reports, the first report that the chair has is from solid waste. That's number 7.1. Are there questions or comments? 7.2 is from the Highway Department. Questions or comments? 7.3 is from the Veteran Service Officer. Questions or comments? 7.4 is the Trustee's Statement of Funds. Questions or comments? 7.5 is a report from Animal Control. Questions or comments? 7.6 is a report from the County Fire Service. Questions or comments? 7.7 is a report from the Gorham-McBain Public Library. Questions or comments? 7.8 is from the Planning Commission. Questions or comments? 7.9 is a report from the Inmate Expense Report. Questions or comments? 7.10 is the Financial Report. Questions or comments? Those are all the reports that the chair has. What's your pleasure? Have a motion by Commissioner Jones that they be approved. For a second. Second by Commissioner Garner. All those in favor say aye. Aye. So they are approved. Recognize now Commissioner Billy Vogel, who's chairman of the nominating committee for, I think it is 4 committees that we'll be acting on this evening. Commissioner Vogel.
Mr. Chairman, Madam Clerk, fellow commissioners, and ladies and gentlemen, nominate committee met, and we had, as he said, 4 committees. I would like to get a second, and then I'll name these committees, and we'll.
Second by Commissioner Couch.
Okay, the Health and Safety Standards Board, we had Bill Jones, Larry Dio, and Tommy Baggett re-elected till October 2014. The Budget Committee had a resignation, a gentleman coming off because of his work schedule, and Billy Vogel's going to go on that until January. till January.
What year, January?
January 2013, Bobby. All right, and okay, I've got on airport board, a mail car is going to serve to 2013, and then our transportation committee that we all agreed to pat on the resolution to pass. Rossi County will be represented by 2 commissioners, Don Eden and Tommy Baggett. Adams is going to be represented by Donovan Tucker. Greenbrier by Diane Bass. Millersville, Joe Nash. Orlando, Kevin Breeden. Portland, Luther Bratton. Ridgetop be represented by Mike Doris. Springfield by Alan Ellis. White House by Gerald Herman. Coopertown by Sam Childs. And Cross Plains by Faye Stubblefield.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. So they are elected. Thank you, Commissioner Vogel.
Okay, I would like to remind everybody that January will be our committees coming up again. We'll be looking at animal services, budget, finance investment, finance audit, and the safety committee.
So if you have a committee that you would like to be on or a committee that you would like to be off of, communicate that please to Commissioner Vogel or to a member of the nominating committee, please. There are no public hearings this evening, so we're ready to go directly into resolutions. And for the first 2, I'm going to recognize Commissioner Couch from the Law Enforcement Committee.
Chairman, Madam Clerk, fellow commissioners, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you Resolution 119-12087. It's a resolution to establish a Sheriff's Department Disciplinary Review Board.
Motion and a second by Commissioner Bryant.
This motion establishes a review board. It's mandated by the state. I think that's correct. And the board will consist of Leslie White, Jamie Plymill, Tammy Parks, Louise Murillo, Ryan Martin, and Sika Taylor.
Any discussion? Seeing none, question's been called for. If you're in favor of this resolution, vote yes and confirm. If you're opposed, vote no and confirm at this time. There being 21 votes in favor and none opposed and 3 absent, I declare that resolution approved. Commissioner Couch.
This is Resolution 119-12088. It's a resolution to grant the Sheriff's Department employee sick leave to Charles Williams. I could get a
Motion,
second.
is there a second? Second by Commissioner DiOrio. Questions?
Question.
Question has been called for. If you're in favor of this resolution, vote yes and confirm. If you're opposed, vote no and confirm at this time. There being 21 votes in favor and none opposed and 3 absent, I declare that resolution approved. Thank you, sir. I recognize now Commissioner Jones for approved sale of back tax property to Ms. Kim Key. Commissioner Jones of the Delinquent Tax Committee.
Mr. Speaker, Madam Clerk, Commissioners, and ladies. If you're following along in your agenda, we have reached Section A-3. That will be a resolution entitled, "A Resolution to Approve the Sale of Back Tax Property," and I move for the adoption.
Motion, is there a second? Second by Commissioner Garner. Commissioner Jones.
There's a parcel of land on South Lamont Street, Road, that the county now owns this because of the back taxes had not been paid over a long period of time. These taxes, including penalty and interest, is $5,900. The county decided to pay to sell this property, this parcel of land. Normally, the committee, if they get the minimum bid of the property taxes, the committee itself has the authority to accept the sale or deny it. In this case, it's before you because we had one bid, and the bid was $100. Now, the first thing going to pop in your mind, well, the first thing popped in mine, why $100 on this parcel of land? after some investigation, found out. The land has a dilapidated building on it. It's not habitable at all. There's a lot of junk around. The weeds have grown up. It is an eyesore to the people on Lamont Road. The bid of the $100 would come with a promise that this lady that's made this offer would clean this property up, remove the building, and we could put it back on the tax roll, and I think it's a good deal, and I recommend that you accept this bid.
Commissioner Doyle.
Did the promise come in a form of writing that she would clean
Yes, sir.
it?
She owns the adjoining property, and quite candidly, when you look at the map, the property is really of no value to anyone except hers. And technically, the county is responsible for keeping that property mowed and cleaned, and we don't have anybody to send out to do that, bottom line. Commissioner Doris.
I did go out and look at it after we got the notification, and believe me, there ain't a person in this room would want this piece of property the way it is beside them, with kids and everything in the yard, so I
I agree with that.
Other questions? Question's been called for. If you're in favor of this resolution, vote yes and confirm. If you're opposed, vote no and confirm at this time. There being 21 votes in favor, none opposed, and 3 absent, I declare that resolution approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jones. I'll recognize now Commissioner Lanny Adcock, Chairman of the Budget Committee, for a budget amendment. Commissioner Adcock.
Mayor Bradley, fellow commissioners, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, Madam Clerk, this resolution is 1119-12090. It's a resolution, balanced budget from the Health Department, and it's a grant for diabetes awareness. I make a motion we approve it.
A motion is a second by Commissioner Diorio. I want to thank Judy Kovach and Ms. Vanessa Watkins at the Health Department for acquiring this grant. We have as you might imagine, a significant diabetes issue throughout Tennessee, and Robertson County is no exception to that, and this will be spent toward raising that awareness and educating people toward what they can do about the threat of diabetes. Any discussion? Questions? Question been called for. If you're in favor of this resolution, vote yes and confirm. If you're opposed, vote no and confirm at this time. There being 21 votes in favor, none opposed, and 3 absent, I declare that resolution approved. Anything under old business? I know we have a resolution or two coming up under new business. Anything under old business before this body? Seeing none, I'm going to recognize Commissioner Couts again for, I think, 1 or 2 resolutions, Commissioner. Two resolutions. Mr. Couts.
Mr. Mayor, Madam Clerk, fellow commissioners, honored guests, I'd like to present to you Resolution 1119-12091. This is a resolution to fill a vacancy on the County Work Release Board.
Motion, is there a second? Second by Commissioner Bryant.
I'm going to read this one. Whereas Tennessee law provides for the establishment of a county work release board for each county, and whereas previously county resident Prince Green served on work release board, Mr. Green has died, and the sheriff is required to fill that vacancy on the board pursuant to TCA 41-2-134, and the county law enforcement and workhouse committees together with the sheriff have recommended that Mr. Tommy Baggett fill that vacancy.
Any discussion? Question's been called for. If you're in favor of this resolution, vote yes and confirm. If you're opposed, vote no and confirm at this time. There being 21 votes in favor, none opposed, and 3 absent, I declare that resolution approved. Commissioner Couts.
I'd like to present to you resolution number 1119-12092. This is a resolution to grant Sheriff Department employee Hannah West sick time. If I could get a second.
And second to that resolution by Commissioner Wilson. Any discussion? Seeing none, if you're in favor of this resolution, vote yes and confirm. If you're opposed, vote no and confirm at this time. There being 21 votes in favor and none opposed and 3 absent, I declare that resolution approved. Thank you. Anything else under new business? Commissioner Gray, I'm going to recognize you for the election of notaries.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion notary list for this November 19, 2012 be approved.
A motion and a second by Commissioner Bryant. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no, so they are approved. We'll look at the airport next month. Commissioner Adcock.
You mentioned a while ago about the parades. The city of Wichita, I think, is December the 7th.
December 7th. I didn't have that one. Thank you, sir. Is that a night? That's a night parade.
It's night. I think it's 6.
December 7th. Okay, thank you for that information. Anything else? Commissioner Garner.
Just a blurb about the comprehensive growth plan. We will be having some community workshops coming up in Cross Plains, Springfield, Coopertown, and Adams. So I'll try to get through Howard's office at specific times and locales, but just kind of keep that in there on the agenda. That'll be coming up not this coming week, but the next, first week of December.
I think the first one is December 3rd at the Fellowship Hall at First Presbyterian in Springfield. And that's the one that is germane to the county. But any that you can attend or all that you can attend, I think it would be time well spent. So appreciate you mentioning that. Anything else? Motion to adjourn is made. Second by Commissioner Darcy. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving.
24 minutes.